everyone, welcome to the Matrix Oracle. My name is Audrey. I am your host for this Astro Forecast, June 7th and 8th, 2023. So I'm going to wait a little bit, see if we have some peeps that want to hop on for this live. What's going on in the stars? Hi, Marina. Hi, you guys. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for all the new subscribers, new followers, everyone. We have some major shifts that are coming up, and it's preparing us to plant higher seeds of intention for the new moon in Gemini. Thank you, you guys. Hi, new peeps out there. You guys, sometimes your handle name is not really telling me much, okay? And I can't even read them. Hi, everyone. So yes. Some of you, I will post about my friend in the stories, okay? Tourmaline and Malachite. I love this girl. She creates like amazing, all handmade. I love what she does, okay? I've known her for a long time. She does giveaway. Actually, that's the first time I won a giveaway ever in my life was with her. So I don't know. I'm going to spread the luck to you guys. Hi, Nat. All right, let's get serious. Let's get serious because the energies are very encouraging for everyone to start understanding and start releasing everything they fear, okay? So, fear is not a very... Audrey, how to make everyone run? Say the F word. Yeah, not the other word you're thinking of, okay? That word. F-E-A-R. Okay, what do we say? It's like false experience appearing real? Something like that. Okay, but that's very much the theme. Okay, so what's going on? I posted my reel. You guys, if you don't know, if you don't read the caption of the reels, they are channeled energies. Okay, I create all I create because of astrology. So you get inspired and I plant some seeds in your awareness. If you're really liking, so thank you, false evidence. But at the same time, I like my version, false experience. Because ultimately, yes, what happened may be real, okay? It's real to you. But, you know, there's always a way to take your little glasses and see the different perspective of what happened. And this is very much what we have here. So I am so freaking excited for this message. Hi, Pikachu. Some of you, if you are struggling with those energies, there's a lot of those aha moments that are at the end of walking into the dark tunnel where we do not know where is the light. And I will tell you where's the light. You are the light. This is where you have to activate. So this is something I'm going to release on my YouTube channel, okay? I have already channeled some very powerful frequency scale that helps you walk. What is the tunnel we are actually scared to walk? I'm going to tell you. The tunnel that gets you to your subconscious. The tunnel between what you know and what you don't know. So most of us, we think we are brave and daring. And sometimes when it's really something we are feeling is important and sometimes just like kind of triggers a lot of past traumas, it's hard to walk that tunnel, okay? But just so you know, this is something that I channel for you. This is a special scale, okay? This is a scale called the Inception Scale, inspired from the movie Inception. So you can start walking in the subconscious because you want to dream your reality in order to walk the dream. And as it's all reversed, right now I'm physically present. I'm actually walking the dream. I am. But when I meditate and I fall asleep, I actually dream my reality. This is all shamanic understanding, you guys, okay? So some of you, you might resonate. You might kind of like feel like, ooh, that sounds like a cool journey. So I channel something that you can fall asleep to or do some power napping, okay? Some of you that have been test driving my frequency, because I have a little crew like that I'm like, there, can you try that? Can you try that? What does that do for you? And it really puts you in a state of relaxation, because ultimately what I've understood with working with people, helping them through their trauma, through walking that path of feeling that they're able to face their fear, is that we need to make that transition, like that shadow work, that darkness, feel less intense. And the way to do that is to activate your light. I'm not supposed to be just a flashlight for you. I am. So when you get a when you get a reading, when you get a session with me, I'm just like a flashlight saying like, we should go that way, okay? But you have that. You have that light. So the more like you activate this inner light, the more walking the path of your subconscious is going to be easier. And this is all I'm sharing with you guys. All this is a message that is channeled from the cosmic dance. Okay? So, we have here, and this is what I posted this morning, we have Venus, that is, you see those red lines here? It's squaring this beautiful north node. The north node means there is a south node. South node being, so north node right now, first is 5 degrees, so 0 to 5 degrees of Taurus. And that means that the south node is 0 to 5 Scorpio. Now, let me explain to you what those degrees are. The first degrees of Scorpio speaks of prosperity. The combination, the polar opposition, this power couple, okay? Because we are in a reality that is dualistic. So the power couple is to harness the potential of duality in order to transcend it, in order to harness what it teaches us. The first degrees of Scorpio are speaking of prosperity, and the first degrees of Taurus are speaking about, ooh, Taurus, you're going to like this one, patience. But what I mean by patience, it means that those degrees here with this power couple is asking of us to go within and also kind of, get the feedback from outside and then go within to see what type of seeds of intentions, plants in your gardens, flowers, fruits, whatever you want, okay? What architecture, what furniture you want to bring in your reality, and kind of ponder, what do you want? And if it hasn't been manifesting or coming into fruition, whoo, we get the light that is going off. Okay, you guys, if that's not a power sign, it's because we do not have enough of that inner light. Okay, so what keeps us from activating this light? My light is gone right now. All right? This is how powerful the universe is. I mean, this is plugged. So literally what it shows me is those little bulbs just exploded, okay? And what it happens in electricity, in current, which happens in your body, because all of your cells are creating electricity, what happens is that every time you experience something that imprints in you, fear, worry. How does worry look like? I am not an actress, by the way. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I should know, because my man used to tell me that, like, I've never seen someone have such a pattern of worrying. Oh, my light is flickering there. You can't see it. Okay, so every time you experience in your life worry, even some of you might not even remember, the anxiety of going to school the first day, the first time, the next year, the new year. Okay, that anxiety, whatever that looks like, imprints some type of matrix. Because every time you have fear, anxiety, worry, all those negative false evidence, you create a story. You create a story that eventually opens, it's like a seed. It's like a seed that has a template of potential outcome. You're worried because that could happen to you. You're worried because this could turn out like that. Thank you so much, Melis. So anyways, as you're doing this, you're not realizing that all those little seeds are planted, and we're not being taught, society, school, parents, that when we go through a day, all those little details that created stress, overall, they're going to leave their little imprints. And then if we encounter more that confirms this, because we start focusing on this, because what happens is that those fears and worries, they're not in alignment with your light. Why? Because the light you have within is divine, because it's sacred, because it's higher power. This is higher frequency. So what happens, especially to you, my dear empath, is that this discomfort in your field where your light shines, that's why kids are like glowing, okay? It starts to bother you. So you start hyper-focusing on that thing that is not in alignment with yourself. But you don't have the awareness of what that is because it starts as a child. So what happens when you hyper-focus on what is misaligned in you? You manifest more of it. And this is a big theme for everyone to start harnessing. That means that if you start your day with carrying all discordance in your energy, how the frack do you think you're going to be able to find your passion, your life purpose, attract your soulmate, twin flame, everything, and manifest everything that you are meant to create from your light? The matrix of your dreams is not out there. It's already here. You were born with it. She was born with it. You were born with it. The problem is just like a flower. It has to bloom. It has to be born. It has to be expressed. So life gives you seeds of experiences. And this is where you have to know, what am I still taking with me? And what you want to take with you is the wisdom. Is the wisdom of all experiences, but you don't want to take necessarily the matrix of it. And what I mean by this, especially you, my empath, and even you, my people that are very discerning, have very critical thinking, that sometimes can close off a little bit of the heart field, okay? It means that you know this exists, but you decide that it doesn't manifest in your reality. And how do we do this? Because then we're like, well, but that doesn't mean that I don't want to have that happen and that it doesn't happen. Well, guess what? Usually it happens because we hold a certain fear or resistance, but there's an emotion to the seed. Let me give you an example. You fear that, your son, your daughter, whatever, is going to fall into addiction. So you don't want addiction, drugs, anything happen to your child. This you don't want. But you're holding that seed of fear. Do you understand? So you're holding that potential reality and matrix to potentially come into fruition. Because once you hold that fear, you hold that resistance, you hold this. So really, you have to say, the same way I say to people, especially you, my empath, when you want to do something, you should be giving not just a yes, a yeah. The same way when people trying to bring those energy, it should be no way. No way, dude. Same thing for you out there when on the dating game. Some of you will relate to this. There's some things you just say, yeah, right. Ain't gonna work with me. Maybe work with this girl, maybe work with this dude. Not working with me. You guys. Okay, so this is what the universe is creating. So we have a powerful alignment here. Venus, which is teaching you your love language. Okay? So when you have that love language that is teaching you how to make sure that you prosper, okay? How do you make sure that you prosper in life and that you realize what seeds of intention you're holding? Now we do have also here another squaring that's happening. So here, okay, South Node is here. They don't show it in the freaking thing, okay? So we have really what we call a grand square, okay? That means a grand cross and displacement of Pluto. We've been talking about it. This is very much about your affinities, okay? And that means also friends. Who do you surround yourself with? What are the things that you're doing on the daily basis? What is your field filled with? Who do you allow in your temple? Are you still allowing people to talk to you a certain way, treat you a certain way, do certain things? Okay? Like I have sometimes to call out some people that are disrespectful. I remember one time there was someone that has stolen my identity that showed up on a live. And I'm like, you got some balls. Okay? And by the way, some of you that do like weird comments, I'm taking notes. You're going to be restricted. I ain't joking. This is a channel of growth. And I know what I want to grow. Love and wisdom. And having fun while doing it. So that's all. That's my right. And that's yours too. So that's where you have to harness your power. What do you want? What do you want to manifest? And if you have fear around an outcome that is in opposition to it, then you have to realize that you have to face the fear. Because behind the fear, there is the blessing. Behind the fear, there is something there that will free you from this to repeat, this to manifest. This is really super powerful, you guys. So I'm going to be releasing a lot of information as far as, frequency healing that you guys can work as far as your subconscious. I'm going to have workshops. My man is going to join us, okay, because we need that partnership in order to show you this guiding light. He's got powerful processing for all that is the dark. And this is something we do together. Process a lot of those, fears. Because we got to walk that. We got to walk this all together. Because there's no way you guys can open up the gateways to your destiny if you do not walk the path that makes you feel that you can't do it. So this is really, really freaking amazing. We're so excited. We keep on talking about it. We have some very powerful combination. I feel that I want to mention this because I talked about this. Okay, I talked about this with myself, now with you. Nyx, the goddess of the night. Some of you, if you know a little bit about astrology, this is the asteroid 3908. And she came up into my mind. I have a very strong connection with this asteroid in my chart. So I get a lot of information from the goddess of the night. So what's the night? The dark. But guess what? When I connect to this energy, all I see is stars. All I see is the potential that is unlimited. And what I want to share with you is that what you're afraid of that looks like darkness, is actually the infinite potential of everything you can manifest. This is why it's so scary, because it shows you how unlimited you are. So now the specific placement of Nyx. Yes, the arc. Thank you. I love it. So some of you have to realize that specific placement of Nyx is actually amazing, because it talks about, prevention versus, in rather of a cure. So it's inviting everyone to start building up habits that are cleansing yourself. And what I want to address is that some of you that walked a very traumatic path, don't try to jump into like the deepest and darkest and go fast, like fast, furious and beyond. Okay, it's too hard. There is a softer way. There's a more gentle way. There's a more gentle way. And how you can do this for yourself is just like massage. It's like a massage of energy, instead of like freaking like being like a catapult to just, okay? Because it feels, I see it. This ascension process has been lived by many of us way too intensely, okay? And it creates like ego deaths and dark night of the soul, and almost to the point that it's traumatic. It makes the process traumatic. And some of us, and I see the resistance, a lot of people are having difficulties to tap into their spiritual self. So if you're struggling with family that cannot understand who you're becoming, realize that they're facing this collective fear that we have, that has been experienced by many of us, that were very harsh years, months. When they say the dark night of the soul, I'm like, you mean like the dark nights of the desert? I'm like, dude, that was not one night. That was like the freaking desert walk of okay? So there's a process that's more gentle, and this is where Nyx is saying, we got to start practicing certain habits of energy work that is helping us, because this, I love the combination with the grand square that we have with the South Node, because it's speaking of strengthening and straightening, straightening what has been growing skewed, okay? So it's helping. Right now we have Nyx that is helping you tap into the understanding of where your perception is not seeing the full spectrum of why you may have gone through this, okay? So it's starting to put inside of yourself. So when you meditate, this energy is helping everyone to realign. And what I love is that she's even doing better here with this asteroid placement, because it helps you to intervene before it manifests. Some of you are also scared because you can feel that sometimes you thought about something and woof, it's there, good or bad. So what it does, it's kind of like starts to create a matrix that's fearful, fear-based around your potential. A lot of you, the only limit is you, and you know it. We see it out there. It's in quotes, it's in inspirational things, but they don't explain you how it happened. It's because we are given such a power of manifestation that we experienced, but we experienced without a manual. There's no instruction manual, and there will not be an instruction manual, ever. Why? Because you're unique. There will be a global principle-based type of manual, some guidelines, but really your own manual on how to manifest, create, communicate with your higher self, the divine, is going to be yours. And this is what we need. We need your version of creation. Nyx, what sign is it in? Nyx right now is in the last degrees, well, actually 20 to 25 degrees of Aries. Now, do you see that it's great because it's conjunct with Chiron? And Chiron is in earlier degrees of Aries, which is more 15 to 20 degrees of Aries. And it speaks of empowerment. So right now, Nyx is kind of trying to fix, trying to straighten, trying to put the record straight between your fear-based towards your power, with understanding that you don't have to fear that power. You just have to start addressing it. You have to start harnessing the process. You know, it's kind of like, I don't know, if it's like you're trying to, like, you never, like, driven a car ever before and you freaking start with a Lamborghini or stick shift and you have no idea how to freaking do this. Okay, it's kind of like, maybe first start to ride a bike. I mean, when we were kids, we're doing this. Okay, when we learn how to walk, first we crawl. And we all have our ways. And babies do the butt thing on the, on the rug or whatever. I remember my little brother used to start walking, not crawling, but he was crawling like Mowgli, like without his knees on the ground. And we were like, what is this? Okay, so we all have our own way to learn the process. But we have to understand that we have that, okay? We have that ability to just manifest whatever we want. But everything has created a certain matrix, a certain design, a certain timeline, okay? And this is what this week is very important as we are, you know, going to square. Again, the sun and the moon are going to square because it's going to be the last quarter moon this weekend. And then we're going to have another week so we can manifest and plant new seeds. So this gateway of opportunity for 2 weeks right now is just a great, great opportunity, because remember, the theme for this whole cycle with the new moon in Taurus was about manifestation. It was in the 10th house. So you can manifest your dream, like your dream, your mid-heaven. Freaking like activate this. Okay, so it's a process and it's cyclical and it comes back. Understand that it's a dance. It's like you're telling me you don't like when I'm swirling. Ladies, don't you like to swirl if your man is spinning you around? The universe is spinning you around so you can enjoy it. When we were kids, we used to do this all the time. But now we kind of lost the compass. All right? So that's what we're doing. Okay? Anyone that is actually rude here will be canceled. If you cannot see the point, then you have not tapped into the information with your heart. Ask Win 7654. There we go. Because you're going to have to call a spade, my empaths out there. All right? So this is what we have as far as this energy. There is a grand cross because there is a crossroads. There are people that are really wanting to manifest from a heart point. And those are people that understand that serving yourself serves others. But ultimately, we're all guided to do this because we want to serve the world. And the ones that are still limited, that want to get to the point, that want to get right away to the goal, that want to manifest everything without enjoying the journey, well, they have their different timeline. They do. It's more self, serving to self. Okay? And we've seen, you know, those things, it's a different timeline. This is not the new earth. This is not 5D consciousness. So this is what we have today. Thank you so much, everyone. Okay? For all of your support. I will see you tomorrow.